My name is Carrie Altman, and I'm the Director of Children's Ministry at Franklin First United Methodist Church. I grew up in Atlanta, and I lived there pretty much my whole childhood. I was named after my great-grandmother, who was an educator, and then my middle name was after her husband, who was a preacher. And so I kind of feel like my whole life I have had those two threads pulling back and forth between education and ministry. When I graduated from Princeton, I went into ministry for a few years, and then I was a substitute teacher for a little bit, and then I thought about going to seminary, and then I ended up at Vanderbilt getting a master's of education. And both of those things have sort of been kind of the yin and the yang in where God has been leading me. And I feel like children's ministry is a great balance between those two, because I get to use all of my education skills and experience, but at the same time to bring in my faith in ministry. What better way to communicate faith than with great education and with tried and true, educational methods? We want kids to learn, but we want them to learn well. So we always try to put education right up there with faith development, because we want them to develop their faith in ways that match how they learn. My husband, Parker, and I came to Franklin First many years ago. We were actually expecting a child at the time, our first child. And so we were trying all the churches in the area. We had just moved down here, trying to find a good place to raise our child in the faith and to grow in our own faith. We came to Franklin First. We loved the sermons. We felt we were learning. And then we decided to try a Sunday school class. So we went to Works in Progress at the time, and it was full of people our age, and everyone was having babies. And we sat down, and after the very first class, they had set up a meal train for us to bring us meals for literally 6 weeks. And after that time, we were sort of stuck in a good way, because we had made relationships with all of those people who had loved us so well during that really important time of life. And that Sunday school class became a lifeline for Parker and I for the next probably 10 years, as we were all raising our children together and growing in faith and teaching each other's kids in Sunday school and meeting together to go to the zoo or to have meals together. It was our life. It was our village raising our children. And then somewhere along the way, after I had 2-3 children, it became clear that I needed to spend some time at home. I spent a year or two at home, also taught at Vanderbilt for a little bit, and then ended up deciding that the best way to use my education was at Franklin First. And a position opened up, a part-time position in children's ministry. And I called Sarah Carty, and we made it work. I joined staff in 2011 as an assistant director of children's ministry.